can do anything. You can achieve whatever it is that you desire. It makes it so much more difficult to move along life and to say, hey, you know what, this is worth it. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know how I'm doing it. I know where I'm going. What is that one thing that if you were to change, that once you change it, it would transform the course of your life? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mind Shift Show. And today we're talking about being in alignment with ourselves, why it's important, how to get into alignment, what being out of alignment looks like, and how it impacts our life. There's so many things that we may not be able to see immediately. Why is it important? Why is it important to be in alignment? And what does it truly mean? As we look at ourselves, sometimes we feel like we have a loss of power, a loss of connection, a loss of inspiration. Maybe we're feeling down. Maybe we're trying to please mother, father, teacher, preacher, people in our lives that we really care about, and we want to make sure that they're happy with us. And little by little, we stop being ourselves. And it could look something like, today I'm making a choice because it makes my mom happy that I am going to university, right? And it may not even be the thing that I want to be. Maybe I'm simply trying to please her. And maybe father, maybe I'm trying to please him as well. And what does it look like? I see this all the time in my career. I have people when I get off the stage are like, Rocío, I really wanted to focus on another part of my career, yet because I'm first gen or because of my mother, father, teacher, whoever is in this line of work and they think it's the best thing for me. And here's what I say. We know exactly what is best for us. Slowly, we start to dim our light. That's our brother, that's our mother, that's our father, that's our best friend who thinks that they know the best for us. Maybe it's even a consultant. Sometimes we hire coaches and they tell us what to do, as opposed to we telling them what we want. See, really, true coaching means that it comes from within. A real coach, a person who is prepared to guide people on their journey, inspires people from within. They ensure that that person's aligned, that they're excited, that they know exactly what they're doing, how they're doing it, where they're going on their journey, and what makes them happy along the way. That's really what I see true coaching coming in and connecting with us. It is about being in our power with everything that we have. And it may be that we do get to say, hey, by the way, I love the fact that you want me to go and in your footsteps or in your career or what you love about your career, you want that for me as well. Well, I would like this for me. And making those choices ourselves to say, hey, I know exactly what's important for me to do. I know how to do it because we all know that instinctually. We know exactly what's best for us. And it's not what's best for somebody else is best for us. See, there's a lot of people walking around saying, hey, until you achieve the success that I've achieved, you will be successful. Well, that's their measure of success. That's the one thing that nobody told us, that we don't need to follow in somebody's footsteps. We don't need to imitate them. We don't need to be there to please them, because at the end of the day, when it is all said and done, are we going to be happy? Do we lay our head to sleep every night and are we inspired for the next day? Are we excited? Is it exhilarating us or is it draining us? And that to me is a sign of being out of alignment with ourselves. I have made many decisions and choices based on friends saying, hey, this is a great idea for you to do this and follow in my footsteps. And I have, and it hasn't panned out for me. Being out of alignment has meant that I get to be happy about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. I remember my mentors years ago, they're like, Rocío, you've been very successful in this area. How do you plan to go into another area? We're afraid you're going to fail. Well, guess what? We're going to fail either way. That's part of life, part of learning. And failure is not a bad thing. Failure is actually a great thing. It means that we're trying something new, that we're stepping outside of our comfort zone into a new zone, a zone that's going to take us to new heights, that is going to allow us to expand and learn something that we haven't learned. We are always in the process of becoming. What would it look like if we became that best version of ourselves, that happy, healthy, that wealthy version of ourselves, to whatever extent that means to us? And that's where I say to my clients, I'm like, hey, you know exactly what it is that's important for you to do. You know who you want to be. You know what your measure of success is. You know what makes your heart sing. You know what wakes you up at night and keeps you up until late hours of the night and wakes you up super early in the morning and says, hey, you know what? I want to do this. And you know what allows you to sleep in peace night after night, to know that you get up, you get energized. To be true to yourself is the most important thing. See, we don't have one person in our corner, and sometimes we are that person that's not even in our corner. If we don't have that one person in our corner that says, you know what, you can do anything, you can achieve whatever it is that you desire, it makes it so much more difficult to move along life and to say, hey, you know what, this is worth it. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know how I'm doing it. I know where I'm going. And you know right now, what is that one thing? Are you living your passion? What is that one thing that if you were to change, that once you change it, it would transform the course of your life, that it would free you, to be the truest expression of yourself, like Oprah Winfrey once said, that we get to be fully expressed in every sense of the word. What would it look like for you to wake up happy? What would it look like for you to step into your power and say, hey, today it's about me. Today I get to choose what I get to do. I remember there's a time where my executive director, he was grooming me, and I just didn't know this. He was grooming me to take over his job. That's not what I wanted. I really wanted to help people from a different perspective. See, sometimes people want dreams for us in other ways. They may have groomed us. They may have not even paid attention to what it is that we desired. But what would it happen if they did? What would it, that's a true leader that can turn around and say, hey, Rocío, you want X, Y, and Z. Let me go ahead and help you. Like for me, it was to help people from the stage. That was the decision that I made at the age of 34. I had been working with people and presenting since I was 19 years old. And yet here I was 34 years old. I made the commitment for the rest of my life. I want to help people in a way that honors them so that they can live the life that they love and desire. Everything that they ever wanted, because that's what made my heart sing. And that took something. It took something to get there. What if they would have invested even a tenth of that energy to groom me into being that best version of myself? And that's what we all get to do. And I say that as a mother too, because I was already in a way, I'm like, okay, you've got to be an entrepreneur. You've got to do this. No, no, no. My child, my son got to do what he wanted to do. He gets to do what he wants to do. It's his truest expression of himself. And I even remember even a conversation that I had today with a girlfriend. I said, honey, you no longer have to walk around and say things and feel bad about it. Don't justify yourself to me. This is you. This is what you want. Go after what you want. If that's what makes you happy to work the entire summer, then go do that. If it makes you happy to go travel the whole summer, that's up to you. It is you who gets to live your life. The biggest thing that I learned out of that life experience for myself is that when I made decisions based on what somebody else thought was best for me, I was the one who had to pay the consequences. They didn't get to suffer the consequences. Whether the consequences, they could be good or they could be bad, right? And in some cases for me, they were negative consequences. They put me backwards instead of pulling me forward. It cost me my self-esteem. It cost me my confidence in myself and what I was doing. It doesn't help. And it's not healthy to go after somebody else's dream or do what they think is best for you. And for me, that's the one key thing that I say, always live your passion, always live your dream. Make sure that you do what makes your heart sing, connect with your highest expression of yourself. And if you're feeling bogged down, look at your life, evaluate your life. What is it? Because we all know once we start to reflect and we get into that conversation, we realize what is actually bringing us down. And we all know that. Again, it's something for us to explore. What is it that I'm doing that if I was to stop doing would change the course of my life? Where am I not being the truest expression of myself? How can I be the truest expression of myself? What would I look like? What would I sound like? Who would I show up as? I have this exercise that I share with people on who I choose to be. Like, that is my choice, not mother, father, teacher, preachers. It's my choice. So live your passion, live your dream, go after what it is that you desire, and you'll see that you'll never work a day of your life because it becomes something that you enjoy so much that you want to continue to invest and grow in that area. Thank you for watching this episode. Take those insights with you, reflect on them. Take 5 minutes, do three things that will move you forward. Is it to take a look and say, I really wanted to be that nurse, or I really wanted to be, you know, even being a teacher, whatever it is for all of us. And we know exactly what it is to find what you want and doing a great job at it. And then just take action, view over and over again, see what you discover for yourself. See, there's things where we're present. When we discover new things, we could take new actions. Thank you for being here today. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Mind Shift Show.